penalty.
Here with Diamonds manager Chris Nunn after the 2-0 lead defeat away at Spalding. Tough one to take, Chris, as any defeat is. What are your thoughts on the game?
Well, look, they're a better team than us. They've got better players. But I was really proud of the players actually tonight. I thought they put up a really good fight. We're just not up to the standard of Spaldings and that. And you know, I don't like losing, but you just have to say they were the better team on the night. But we had our chances. You know, we had a great chance at 0-0 in the first half, which the keeper saved, which they thought was over. So one or two strange decisions, but that didn't affect the result. The best team won on the night, and we've got to lick our wounds and we've got to go again Saturday.
I think especially in the first half, like you say, we've managed the game quite well. The defensive shape seemed really good. It was obviously that part of the team plan coming into it to try and keep it as tight as possible and then to try and get them a counter-attack.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the two forwards they've got would probably walk into any team, the league above or the league above that, and we just tried to nullify it. We tried to not leave too much space. We had to try and manage the game, and I thought, really, if I'm being honest, I don't really remember our keeper making loads of saves at all. So I thought we'd done really well with that. I know they hit the post with a scuffed shot from Sam Warburton first half. But no, we done well, and it was to try and get them half chances that we got. And I actually thought, apart from Sam's shot, I thought we had the best chance in the first half when Ethan got through. So, but you know, it's you know, them opportunities for us to get a result at Spalding, we have to take them chances. And we need that little bit of luck, and tonight we had one or two bits of luck at times, but not enough to get a result, unfortunately.
Bit of a bad looking injury to Will Jones in the first half, so have you got any update on how he's doing?
Yeah, it's always difficult. I think it was a groin. It's always hard to tell straight after, you know, even at the biggest clubs in the world they always need a day or two to find out and that, but yeah, he's leaving on crutches, so it's obviously not good, and it's just a bit of a blow, because Jones, I think Jones has been outstanding since he's come back to the club, and that's a big blow for us for that. So yeah, not good.
What was your words to the lads at half time? Just carry on doing what
you
were doing in the first half?
Yeah, you know, there's no need to panic even when you go 1-0 down. You know, there's no need to panic, and we've always felt that, like, the longer the game went on, the more bodies they'd throw forward, and the chances might open up for us to hit them on the counter. But unfortunately they got the second goal, and even then it's still, don't panic, because even if we can score, and I think we should have scored, shouldn't we, at the underside of the bar, which would have made it 2-1 with 6 minutes left, and again you ask questions. So it's all about staying in the game as long as you can against these top teams, and we did that tonight. You know, we did that, and the boys, they've done really well, and like I said, I've got nothing negative to say about any of the boys at all.
And I think it's been a very tough start to the season, you know, in terms of Sporting Cows, the first game finished 4th last season, Spalding finished 3rd, both finished in the playoffs. I think we've created chances in both of those games, and obviously against the top teams, as in any game, fine margins can decide games. Like you say, if we'd have scored on Saturday from the chances we had, if Ethan takes that chance in the first half, maybe results can be a little bit different, but the application was up there throughout.
Do you know what? I'm more when I look at the game, I'd be more concerned if we weren't having the work rate, we weren't having the energy, and we weren't trying and we weren't competing. And whilst we're doing that, I know we'll be okay and we'll do all right. It's always a blow when you lose 2 games on the spin. It's never nice. As a manager, you don't like it. We haven't scored. I know we had some chances Saturday, we had some chances tonight, so I know that'll happen. But like I said, when I first come to the club, you know, we had probably 9-10 defeats. And the one thing you do is you keep your dressing room tight, you keep the boys focused, you keep them motivated, you keep them hungry, you stay together, and I know we'll be okay. We're a very, very young team. We played against a very experienced team tonight. I would say one thing, whilst that Spalding, better team, thoroughly deserved to win, these teams with more experienced players do manage the game well. But I'm not going to go to some of the levels that some of these teams do. I'm just not going to have it. I'm not going to be in the referee's ear for 90 minutes. I'm not saying Spalding were, but I'm just not going to have players rolling around trying to win free kicks. It's just not going to happen. I want to try and play football the right way. Again, I'm not saying Spalding didn't. I'm just saying that I think sometimes the officials, because we're not appealing as hard as some other teams, I feel like we don't get decisions, and I feel there's 1 or 2 decisions tonight we didn't get. Didn't affect the result at all, but there might be a game in the future where it does, and I just hope the referees actually start to realise that because we're not going mad, screaming and shouting, rolling on the floor, we're not getting decisions.
Was that part of your message to the lads in the huddle at the end in terms of keep together, keep
absolutely,
your heads up, keep that team spirit going?
I spoke to the ref before the game and I said we're not going to appeal, but you know, we had a throw-in down here and the referee says take it there, the linesman said it needs to be up there, and the linesman flies his flag, and we have a throw-in where we're creating a chance in there and we don't get it, and it's a small thing, but they're small decisions that we have to get if we're going to get anything here. It's like when Ethan goes through, everyone in the ground knows it was a corner, but he gives a goal kick and within a minute they're having a corner and they nearly score from it. And I'm just saying that for us to get anything at Spalding, we have to get them decisions, and we didn't. Are you with me? So it's like, so that's all I'm saying. It's like we're not getting them decisions that we should get. I'm not asking to get special decisions, I'm asking just to get the correct decision, and I just feel like tonight we didn't. But again, didn't affect the result. The best team won. It's just me noticing what happened on Saturday and noticing what happened tonight. It's the same thing where these experienced players are getting around the ref and they're getting decisions, and I just think the refs have got to stand up to it. They keep going on about this new rule, but they still have 5 players around them. Get your cards out then. Yeah. And you know, sometimes other clubs are appealing for yellow cards. I just don't like it after 2 minutes. But there you go, it's football.
Onwards to the FA Cup on
absolutely.
Saturday, Fakenham Town away. Early thoughts ahead of that game?
It's going to be tough. They are a league lower, but on Saturday there will be teams that will lose in the FA Cup to teams from lower leagues. Fact, it's going to happen. So we've got to try and make sure it's not us. Fakenham beat St Neots, so I know that means they're going to have something about them. I know St Neots are flying, so that says to me it's going to be a really tough game. We've got to lick our wounds, get ready, and get ready for a tough game, because that's what it's going to be. But we'll try and do everything right. You know, we've got the coach booked, we're stopping off for a pre-match meal. We're going to try and do things right and get the players ready for what is going to be a really, really tough game. And yeah, looking forward to it though.
Perfect. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Here with Diamonds captain Luke Massingham after tonight's 2-0 lead defeat at Spalding United. Luke, your initial thoughts on the game?
Listen, I think the boys done well. First half we done excellent keeping there. I think we got a chance quite early on. Same case as Saturday. I think if we take the chance, it's a different game. But listen, the boys done well. They're a top side and they're going to be up there at the end of the season. But listen, we got to stay together. We've got a tough start to the season. 2 top teams to start off with. Saturday's going to be very tough. Listen, FA Cup, everyone's up for FA Cup. Doesn't matter what league, whatever you're in. You know, it's a massive game. Everyone, when you're a kid, wants to play in that game. So, you know, we've got to go to that and be up for that one as well. And then listen, we've even got teams like Corby coming up. So, you know, it's a tough start to the season, but the boys have got to stick together. We've shown some big positives in our play, trying to put our play onto other teams, our style of play onto other teams. And I think if we keep doing that, it will come. But it's just about getting that, and listen, the boys are doing well. We're working hard. I think everyone can see effort and application are there, and I think it's going to come. It's coming.
Seems like you say, no matter what happens, you know, even if you lose games, the spirit is going to be there. You've got a really strong team togetherness and some squad cohesion as well. Is that the case?
Well, listen, I think that's the first thing that Chris tried to make with the squad. All the lads are excellent. We all get on very well. So listen. It's about building a good team, building a good squad you can rely on for the whole season. Everyone knows that it's going to be a long season. Lads that are left out aren't getting disheartened already. You know, everyone's trying to help each other out. Everyone's trying to give the advice in the change room, trying to help each other out. And we're pushing each other. Having a good squad to push each other is the main thing. And I think that will come to fruition later on.
And like I said to Chris, obviously tough start to the season in terms of the teams that we have faced, but in terms of the kind of defensive shape and cohesion, how you're working with the midfield as well, you know, in terms of shutting off the space, that seems to be working quite well. Partnerships are developing that there. Yeah,
listen, I think everyone's new. A lot of the lads have come in are new. We lost quite a few from last season. Obviously, having myself and Harriman, who played together last season, helps a lot. But at the end of the day, it's going to take time to build those relationships, and the lads are doing well. The lads are doing very well. We just got to keep going, and that's the message in the change room before the game, at the end of the game. We just got to keep going, stick together, and it will come. Was you okay in the second half? I know you went in for a bit of a sliding challenge. Yeah.
You got a little bit of a knock.
All good. Listen, they're the challenges you've got to make. You've got to get back and make them. Little knock here and there is not the end of the world. But yeah, all sweet on my end.
Yeah, fantastic. And you mentioned earlier about Fakenham Town away in the FA Cup on Saturday, looking ahead to that and hopefully the start of a good FA Cup run this season.
Yeah, listen, the boys are buzzing about that. As I said earlier, everyone loves the FA Cup. It's once a season, and if you can go on a good run for that, it's good for us and for the club, and that's the main thing. If we can get on a little run, that would be excellent, build a bit of morale. So yeah, looking forward to that.
That's great. Thanks for your time, Luke. Really appreciate it. Good luck on Saturday.
I don't need love.